Hey y'all, welcome to episode 1 of Indie Music Shorts, brought to you by Indie Music Streams, the platform by an artist for artists. I'm your host, Mechelle Williams, and I'm here with our first guest of the series, ABFIFI, I believe is how you pronounce it, hailing from Oakland, aka the town. What's up, AB? How you doing?
What's happening? I'm doing great. What's going on?
Awesome. Did I pronounce your name right, first of all?
Perfect. ABFIFI.
Okay, cool. Let's get into it. Tell me about yourself. When did you first start making music, and when did you record your first song?
When did I start first making music? I was probably like 13. You know what I mean? I did it in high school. I went to Fremont High. Everybody that went there know me for rapping, so that's what I was doing in high school. So, but around that time, I recorded my first song. Yep, probably like 10th grade or something like that.
And what inspired you to start rapping? Like,
that's a good question. I guess I was always poetic. I used to do poetry and all that, but then put it to a beat, or just being bottled up. You want to get your feelings off.
For sure. Who were you listening to around that age to like inspire you in terms of rapping?
You know what? I think I'm lying. Like the first song I ever made, that reminded me. The first song I ever made, the first rap I ever made was to the Fugees' Ready or Not beat in the 6th grade.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? In the 6th grade. Yep. So, and then now we go 2007, Outkast. You know what I mean? Like the greats though.
Yeah.
Nas. I'm around that era. I'm from when the music was really, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
when the rappers was rapping.
Exactly, when the rappers was rapping. And how many projects would you say, like, since then to now, would you say you've done?
Probably like upwards like 10, 15, something like that, project wise. Yeah. Hundreds of songs though. Hundreds of songs, features, all type of stuff. Yep.
Dope. So would you say, like, is the goal to like make this, is this essentially like your career? Is it more of a hobby? Are you looking to get signed?
That's a good question now. I mean, it's just one of those things at this point. Obviously I want to be the biggest, right? I'm like, what? I don't see the goal not to be I just want to be, nah.
You know, sometimes people do it just for a habit. Some people just write rhymes on the side and then they're fine with their 9 to 5. And then some people are like, this is always my dream. My goal is to, be the next whatever.
Yeah. I felt like as long as if I'm still good, I should still do it. And people be telling me, oh, you need to. So it's more of a thing where I'm like, all right, let me not let these people down type. You know what I mean? Not like, oh my God, you know how a lot of people be like, oh, I've got haters. I got people that want me to win that I can't let down. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got haters, but you got people that believe in you.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know you got a song called Motivation. So like, walk me a little bit through like your creative process when you're from like idea to like fully fleshing out a song. Like, what inspires you to create the music that you create? What's your motivation for your music?
I can tell you how I do it, like my process. Like I listen to a beat and until something comes out of me, you know what I mean? So usually the beat is kind of like driving whatever it is that's going to come out. And then what I do is I'd be like, okay, what am I feeling right now? Like, well, how do I feel right now? And that's how I started off. You know what I mean? However I'm feeling at that moment. I could be happy. I could be feeling like, you know what? Somebody said some shit to me. I should have said something back to them. I could be feeling you know what I mean? Anything. So whatever I'm feeling at that time, that's how I start getting my how you say your engine going. You know what I mean? Like if I'm, writer's block or whatever, anybody got writer's block, all you got to do is sit there and be like, how do I feel right now? I don't care if you're writing a script or whatever. How you feel right now? Start from there. And that usually get me going. Plus the beat that, you know what I mean? So
like inspired by things that's happening in your life from like day to day.
Because when you're doing music, you could bring up something from years ago, from your past. You know what I mean? You just grab from everywhere. So whatever's coming to you, you know what I mean? Whatever's coming to me at that time, and then I kind of like cultivate it into something if I'm trying to make a point.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It usually starts, like I said, well, what do I feel right now? And maybe that's the point. That's the point of the song.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll build the song around that.
Okay, so then how do you build like a body of work? Like how do you build like an EP or a mixtape? Like what story are you trying to tell? You know what I mean?
That's a good question. You know what? I never do it like that. I never sit there and say, okay, I'm trying to make this type of. I will make a series of songs of what am I feeling, and then when you listen to it, it's kind of cohesive because it's like it all goes together. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And it's that moment in time. Like I got a mixtape on YouTube. It's called Out on Bail. I didn't do every song to fit the, you know what I mean, the title and you know what I mean, mm-hmm. and the thing. It just so happened that this is my feelings was just the same. You know what I mean? In different forms. But yeah, that's kind of how I do it.
Is it also like, I know you said you have, you know, hundreds of songs that you've written. Is it also like you kind of have a bank of music and like that you can essentially kind of pull from if that song fits maybe this piece of work that you're trying to complete?
I guess like right now, right? I got about 5 or 6 songs in my head that I haven't recorded yet, mm-hmm. that I should record. So if that's what you mean, that's what you mean, because I don't write it down. I don't write it down, so it's up here, right? It's
up that's how Lil Wayne said he do it. He just go up and down.
Yeah, okay, it's up here.
You don't write anything down?
It depends. Now, if I'm in a situation where I got a time limit and I'm in the studio with somebody, and they like, oh, you know, I might write it down. It just sounds different when I write it down, though. So I usually try to like. It's not a freestyle. It's like you listening to it, you go over mm-hmm. it. You might say a high line, you repeat it, go back, add to it, go back, add to it. I just got to do it so fast that it seems like it freestyle. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah. So you get good at it. You're like, okay. And then that's like, how do you remember all that? Because the whole time I'm saying this line and then I'm saying it again and then adding something else. Then I'm saying that again and then adding something else. Then by the time it's to where it's at, it's lit.
Okay, for sure. Yep. That kind of reminds me of I was just watching. You know who Masego is?
Yeah.
I was just watching the video for Tadao, and he created that whole. There's like an 8-minute version of him making it from like making the beat, hopping on the saxophone. The dude that's with him is like on the piano, then he hop off and he hop on the saxophone, and then
I seen that video.
Yeah, then he started doing the vocals, and then he started looping them, and it's just like he literally made that whole song in 8 minutes.
Right then and there, yeah.
Based off of like catching a vibe.
Exactly. That's essentially that's what I'm saying. Catch a vibe. What am I feeling right now? Catch a vibe. You know what I mean? Whatever that's that talent, vibe. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's talent though. I ain't gonna lie, for sure.
That's talent. You can't learn that. Like,
no, you can't. You can't learn it though. Yeah, that's true.
That's incredible. How would you say that? I know you said you're from Oakland. I'm from Oakland. How would you say like being from Oakland, growing up in Oakland, has like shaped you as an artist?
I mean, it's raw. You know, everybody from here just say whatever come on. People talk crazy. You hear me? People talk crazy. So you growing up, you hearing it, you being exposed to all this and all that, it's gonna come out. It's gonna come out in your expression. So that definitely, you know what I mean? I'm not from Beverly Hills. Mm-hmm. You feel me? So obviously that type of stuff bleeds through. You know what I mean?
Who's like your biggest Oakland influence? Would you say like Short? Would you say E40?
Well, 40 from Vallejo, but Too Short, Richie Rich, players. You know what I'm saying? Players though. Look, this is how you know they players. They was on back then and they still cool today. They still bone today. They ain't fell off. They players though. E42, E40 Short, Richie Rich. You know, they ain't never just. You know, that's how you do it though. That's the type of OG you want to be. You know what I mean?
They got longevity.
They got longevity. Kept their nose clean and all that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. For real. For sure. Yep. Great example.
Yeah.
Great example.
Sure. And speaking of longevity, I think they have that longevity because they, were able to build their fan base that generationally has like grown over time. So like, Short was big even back in the 90s. Like you could listen to him
Exactly.
like, and then you have kids listening to him now. So like, can you talk a little bit maybe about like building your fan base and like what you're kind of doing for that? It could be like social media stuff that you're doing, or is it just like word of mouth?
When you hear me, you're gonna like it. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna like it. If you like rap, when you hear me, you're gonna like it. So my fan base is organic, and the people that listen to it, that rock with me, they love it though. You know what I mean? So it's not internety, or it's like, everybody's on it because of whatever.
Like trendy. I mean?
Exactly. It's not trendy. It's more so like, if you know, you know.
What would you say has been the most fulfilling aspect of being an artist?
I'll tell you what, one day I ran into a dude not too long ago, and he was like, bro, I look up to you. But I don't look up to you, but your music got me through a lot. I get a lot of those messages, and a lot of people talk to me like, oh, this song got me through this and this and that. You know what I mean? But me keeping it just like raw and just, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's the most fulfilling. That you like, damn, really? Like, I'm saying my truth and it connect with somebody else. And it's like, damn, that type of shit which makes me keep going. Even I'm like, I want to do X, Y, and Z, but that type of, you know what I mean? I'm helping. You know what I mean? I'm doing my part.
Doing your part for society.
Doing my part. I'm doing my part. For sure. I'm helping. So that's most fulfilling. You know what I mean? That's most fulfilling. That's probably going to be the most fulfilling, just period. That's why I'm like, okay, yeah, you're successful. You may not be whatever, but that type of shit right there, and that type of response and that type of connectivity, yeah, you're successful. You know what I mean? It's like not far and few. It's a lot though. It's a lot.
How you like define success then is like not necessarily by like how much money you have, or maybe even being like signed to a huge label and going platinum, but like the impact and the influence that you have on the people that listen to you.
Exactly. It depends on what I set out for. Okay. What I did was I tried to convey some type of message and it got through. I was a success at that. You know what I mean? I'm a success at that. I can't say it any other way. You know what I mean?
I mean, the money don't hurt.
The money don't hurt. Well, I'll be financially successful too, though. You know what I mean? Yeah. Exactly.
Who would you say would be like your dream collaboration if you had the chance to collaborate with another artist, alive, dead, don't matter?
I don't think I had that dream. That's a good question though. Dream collaborator.
That's cool. You could think about it. Maybe it's something. Maybe I gave you some food for thought.
No, I think every rapper want a Jay-Z verse.
For sure.
Every rapper be like, once you get a Jay-Z verse, you made it. In that realm of things, you know what I mean? At that time, I guess. Nowadays, it ain't the same, but you know what I'm saying.
For sure. Do you have a favorite rapper? Is Jay-Z your favorite rapper?
I'm my favorite rapper.
You say you're your own favorite?
Yeah, I'm my favorite rapper. Yeah, I'm my favorite rapper. But
love the confidence.
I like everybody. I be fucking with everything though. Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah, I get an artist and just keep listening to it and listening to him, and you know what I mean. That's how I am. I'm kind of like, one of the real rap fans. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so your favorite artist. What's your favorite like song that you've ever done and why?
My favorite song I ever done to date, I guess. I got a lot of favorites, but I'll go off this one. It's on YouTube. It's called "It Couldn't Be a Better Player" freestyle. It's off that Too Short "Couldn't Be a Better Player" beat. I touch on everything in that one. I kind of like showed everything. You know what I mean? If that was a song to introduce to anybody to listen to that one, you'd be like, okay, yeah, you got it.
Why?
You know what I mean? Yeah, you got it.
Why? Why should the people listen to it? What's it about?
What is it about? It's not. it's not about anything. It's just me talking a lot of shit, really. But some of the stuff that I say is real, like, thought provoking. You know what I mean? For real.
Okay.
Yeah. He said, "What is it about?" I think you should listen to it. I ain't gonna lie, you should listen to it.
Okay.
I mean, you got a computer right there. You can tee it up.
I could. I don't know how that'll work with me on Zoom, but we can find out. We'll see.
What's the first episode? Let's be edgy.
That means it's explicit, huh?
Very much so. Very much so. They didn't give you my profile.
No, I did listen to some of your songs. I didn't listen to this one though. What is it called again?
Couldn't be a better player. ABFIFI couldn't be a better player. It's from the Out on Bell.
You hear it?
Yeah, I can hear it. I know it. I want you to hear it.
I just wanted to know that it was coming through on the video.
Don't bring that bullshit in my presence. I ain't rapping like Christmas. You ain't never did shit except for be a witness. You know I'm about to throw up on this beat on some sick shit. Sucking niggas talking out they neck on some slick shit. Somebody tell them they ain't scaring nobody. That was God who forgave. I ain't sparing nobody. If I do it, I'ma do it. We ain't sharing nobody. Police still trying to frame a nigga. What wrong? Take your bitch bands and make a dance. Nigga, that's bribery. Smoking on the cookie pack. Blowing up sobriety.
Wait, I get smart.
By the chip bag. Open up varieties. Can't beat them, enjoy them. The niggas can't stop with me. No snaps on the petrol. Oh, you can't ride with me. I know it ain't shit. I also know shit ain't free. Mad ass bitches wake up in the morning angry. Try to get your ass some money and stop acting stank. Stupid ass nigga, we both black. Why you hate me? God bless America. The crackers trying to hang me. You trying to shoot me. The judge trying to arraign me. And got the nerve to ask why niggas acting all crazy. If you seen this shit through my skin, it'll change you. Police making fucking fruit salad out of strange fruit. They killing kids, killing women, killing babies. But you care more about this fucking dog that passed rabies. That shit crazy, man. That shit crazy. That shit crazy. Had to say it 3 times. Not only do I understand, I can define. You know how much programming you can do on a free mind? Killers put us on YouTube. It got rewind. That's dehumanization in your free time. My kids get immunizations by the lunch line. I ain't trying to be a captain, but it's crunch time. He needs some milk.
All right, you got it. You got it.
Got me fucked up. Racism got me.
I was gonna play the whole thing. You want
I'm just saying, you got it. You got it. You can listen. You got it. You got it. You know, I sprinkle, you know, just a little bit here and there, you know.
For sure. I mean, I get what you say when you say it ain't about nothing, because there was a lot of subjects that were touched on. You can't really say that it's about any one given thing. I did like that line about strange fruit salad.
Definitely.
That
was one of my favorite lines of the thing, because a lot of times if you trying to tell somebody something, you kind of gotta meet them where they at, and kind of like, if you listen to it, I kind of like drag you into a rap where you're like, oh, okay, he's rapping, and then you're like, what are you talking? But you like it, like you're like, okay, I see what he's saying. Mm-hmm. I'm like, the police killing kids, killing women, killing babies, but you care more about this dog that got rabies. Like, I don't understand it. Mm-hmm. I couldn't understand it at the time. So that was just one of those, a bunch of stuff I was feeling at the time. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that's really real, because that's still happening literally every damn day.
Yeah. So you could say it's about police brutality, all type of, you know what I mean? Like, you know. But yeah. So it's a lot. I got a lot of, most of my songs have some type of substance, you know, even if I'm just freely just expressing, but that's just what it is, you know? I feel like I was talking to BJ earlier, and I was telling him, like, he's like, oh, I want to tell him about yourself. I'm like, well, a good artist, if you listen to that music, you could tell who they are. I shouldn't get on here and be like somebody completely different. You know what I mean? Unless I'm an actor, and that's a different field, right? As far as I'm concerned.
I feel like, but that goes back to the nature of rap, right? Like, rap was always, you know, storytelling, and if you try to tell a story that ain't yours, or that about a life you ain't really lived,
right,
then you're gonna be called out for it and you're gonna be tagged for it. You can't say that you out here, you know, killing niggas and stuff when you live in the suburbs.
Right.
You don't know that
It
life.
was the only genre where it felt real. That's why I liked it. That's kind of why I fell in love with rap and hip hop, because it felt like the people that was saying it, this is what they went through, and you could tell they went through it because you was going through it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And then it became like that. It was the only genre where it was like, I can give you a rap, you can't rap it. You're not the rapper. I mean, a producer or whoever, you know, Diddy and all them, they could get somebody rap, but you didn't get no respect for. You didn't write that. That ain't even what you do. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But it is what it is now. But
exactly.
But yeah.
What would you say thus far has been like the most memorable moment of your career?
That's probably some food for thought. Can I get back to you on episode, let's say 29 or something?
We bring it back and come back and do it.
Yeah. We'll be back on episode 29.
What about the best piece of advice that you received?
The best piece of advice I received? Mm-hmm. In life?
In life, but like, yeah, let's go with that. I was gonna keep it more career focused, but let's do it in life.
This time I keep it. OG had told me, right? I just came from a vacation, so to speak. You know what I mean? I haven't been outside in a long time. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But when I was in there, he was telling me, he was like, one thing he kept telling me, he was like, stay the same. Stay the same. Now, not to interpret it as don't change or don't grow. He was saying, when you down, stay the same. You know what I mean? Whatever you is, you stay the same. When you get up, stay the same. Don't start acting or treating people, just stay the same. But he said it in such a way, he didn't say all that. He just kept saying, you could just hear it, like, stay the same. Mm-hmm. And I knew what he was saying, though, from the situations that he was in and he was going through, and he was saying, like, bro, stay the same. It's like almost yelling it in my head. And I keep thinking of that, like, man, stay the same. But I know what he meant, though. Don't grow, not grow, because you got to grow or you die, right? But he was saying, whatever the essence is in you, stay the same. You know what I mean? Don't be outside influenced to do, you know what I'm saying, be what you're not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you. It's like, you as a person, naturally you got to like evolve and grow. Like everybody, you're not the same person that you were 5 years ago necessarily, but like in terms of like your morals, your values, like what makes you, like, no matter,
should not change, right? Yeah,
exactly. Whatever, change. No matter what happens to you, like don't start acting brand new, or like don't lose yourself. It's very easy to lose yourself in this music business, for sure.
Exactly. And that's what he was saying, and just the essence of it. You know what I'm saying? Stay the same, like drill, like yelling, like stay the same, because he's seen it. People change when they got a little advantage. You know what I mean? In the situation we was in, they got an advantage, or you know, they came across something. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You can just tell people just, you know. But that's probably the best advice, or best advice in this interview. Until then, you know what I mean?
Best advice for now.
Best advice for now. Things change. You know what I mean? People grow.
No, regardless, it's still good advice to take throughout.
No, that's just like I said. Like I can only go with what I'm thinking right now. You know what I mean? So you ask me a question, I feel like, oh, what have I been thinking for the last week? Stay the same. Stay the same. You know what I mean? So.
Right. I think that kind of like brings me to like kind of my wrap up question, which is like, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Obviously evolving and growing, but
truly inside of a high rise. I'm imagining an office all glass over a view. I'm in a nice something tailored, you know what I mean? I'm in a nice something tailored, just, you know, not a red cup, it's probably a nice little glass. And I'm looking back at you know, my achievements at that point.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's the visual.
Mm-hmm.
How I got there and what I was doing remains to be determined. You know what I mean? But that's where I'm gonna be at. That's where I'm gonna be at, though.
For sure, for sure. Are there any upcoming projects, song releases, anything coming up that you want to let people know about?
I just dropped a couple songs on everywhere. Stuck Here is the latest one. I got Stuck Here, Animated, First Stop, Kit Kat, and Insecure. I got about 14 other ones that's just waiting for me to put a cover to and to push out. So stay tuned, right? For sure. ABFIFI. Go to my Instagram, all that. Everything's ABFIFI. It don't change.
ABFIFI. And of course, you can stream all your music on indiemusicstreams.com.
Definitely stream all my music on Indie Music Streams. Shout out to my boy, Clean, Mr. Barry Victor himself, which I was telling them, like, if tomorrow everything for me spreads like wildfire, this is for any artist that's on the platform. If anything just starts spreading for you wildfire and you inside of Indie Music Streams, you're going to benefit. I mean, it's an abundance, right? Because imagine if, let's say the biggest artist we know, Drake, decided to be like, you know what? Everything else I release is going to be on here and you got to stream it in order to, you'll be a very rich man or woman. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, seriously. The way it's set up is for you to get your coins together. Seriously. So shout out Indie Music Streams.
For sure. Actually, tell me a little bit about like what you like about Indie Music Streams. Like how does it work and all that?
Well, it works how, let me see. You can get paid for what you do, basically. You see what I'm saying? I don't know how much money any of you guys made off of Spotify or iTunes or any of that, but we know it takes thousands and thousands, maybe millions of streams in order for you to make a cent, a dollar, whatever the case may be. Here at Indie Music Streams, we get it. You got the $5 special, 25 all the way up. You know what I mean? And that's probably more money than anybody would you know what I'm saying, have made just right then and there. So basically you just cultivate your people and get them to come and get them to, you know what I mean, support you. It'll be just like any other subscription. Yeah. Like Hulu or something. You know what I mean? Exactly. But then on top of that, you get to listen to all these other amazing artists that you never heard of or you probably didn't heard of, and you can, you know what I mean? It's nice. I think it's gonna keep growing. It's gonna keep expanding and growing. And I got a couple ideas that we're gonna implement. And sure. I see the vision. I see the vision. Shout out to everybody that's on the platform. He asked me, do you want to be? Hey, listen, bro, you don't even need my permission. Anything you do, I'm already with it. So let's just, load me up. You know what I'm saying? So.
For sure. True friendship.
For sure. It's real. I see the vision though. You know what I mean? Yeah.
For sure. Well, thank you so much for talking with me. I really appreciate it. Again,
I appreciate you.
Thank you. Again,
make sure you follow me too on Instagram. Okay.
I will. Again, people can find your music on indiemusicstreams.com. They can find you on Twitter, Instagram as ABFIFI.
That's right.
Thanks everybody for tuning in. I'll see you next week for episode 2 of Indie Music Shorts. We're dropping episodes every Friday at 6 p.m. Pacific time.
I got episode 1 though, so anything that comes after this, you see what I'm saying? We setting the bar for it. You hear me?
For sure.
All right. See you later.
Peace.
But what if you were stuck here and ain't nobody give a fuck here? Hey, is it me or ain't no love here? Yeah, you ever put that bitch in sport gear? And yeah, they said we never could afford this. Hey, we might as well go ahead and enjoy this. Hey, just like Ford, I had to focus. Hey, to make sure everything was gorgeous. Hey, but what